Good morning, everybody. Yeah, I know this is crazy. We're outside. I feel like I've been doing a lot of weeks in my life lately, so I thought I'd switch it up and do a morning in my life. It's currently Friday morning, and I'm on the Upper West Side. I have a few errands to run this morning, a few things I want to get accomplished, so I thought I would take you along with me while I go to a coffee shop, get some work done, run some errands, and just have a nice little February morning on the Upper West Side. I guess I didn't choose the most aesthetic block to stop on. There's like a school across the street and it's garbage day. I put on a broken boot this morning, guys. One of my boots is cracked. I didn't even realize. So I'm hoping that it doesn't, the bottom part doesn't just fall off my foot. Crossing my fingers. It's a little windier and colder than I anticipated, but that's okay. Spirits are still high. It's at least sunny today. It's been raining and sleeting and snowing all week. The Upper West Side is one of my favorite neighborhoods, and I'm biased, I know. It's on the west side, obviously, right next to Central Park. So I thought I would take advantage of the neighborhood this morning and try out a coffee shop I've been wanting to try. There's this coffee shop called Solid State that I have passed several times over the past few years, and I have never been once. So I decided today's the day. I feel like my hair is crazy from this wind right now. I scratched myself in the face a minute ago, and I really hope you can't see it. With my own finger now. Once winter comes around, it is just so hard for me to motivate myself to leave the apartment, and this has felt like the longest winter ever, even though it's just a normal winter. I don't know. I think winter just hits me harder every single year, and this year, I don't know. I'm cold. But sometimes when I'm sitting in my apartment all day long, I'm like, what am I doing? When I could be outside, trying new things, doing new things. So that's what we're gonna do. Also, if you're new here, my name's Alexis. I'm 27. I live in New York City, obviously, since I've talked about it 15 times since we started this vlog. So yeah, right now we're walking down Columbus Avenue. This playground I'm walking next to right now, it's a normal playground today because it's a school day, but on Sundays they have this giant bazaar where they have hundreds of vendors. Pepe grits? Yes, pretty much. Just had an amazing breakfast. See, the art of taking yourself out to breakfast is not practiced enough. Honestly, for me, taking myself out to any meal alone is not practiced enough. I feel like, yes, I've gotten more comfortable, picking up food, eating it alone in the park, or somewhere like that, but actually going to a restaurant, sitting at a table, and being like, I'm gonna sit here all alone. I don't do it enough. I got a raspberry rose oat milk latte, delicious. It was a Valentine's Day special. And then I got cacio e pepe grits. So good. One thing about me, I love cacio e pepe and I love grits. Never thought of putting those two things together. Perfection. So now I'm headed down to Columbus Circle. I have something from H&M I want to return, and then also my roommate Emily got something from H&M that they never took the security tag off of, and I told her I would take it for her and fix it. So after I do that, I think I'm going to head over to Central Park. And lastly, apologies if I was just sprinting in this entire clip. I always forget that I just naturally run when I walk. I can't help it. And then I watch these clips back and I'm like, so guys, so I need to work on walking a little more relaxed. I'm either running late or I have places to go. So I feel like I'm constantly just sprinting while I was eating breakfast. I was working on The Artist's Way. If you remember a few weeks ago, I bought that book, and essentially it's a book you read. There's journaling and exercises that go along with it, and I've kind of put it off for a few weeks, but I finally decided this week that I wanted to start it. So I was reading the intro, making a few notes in my journal. I'll keep you guys updated on how that goes. I was gonna bring my laptop this morning to work on stuff while I was eating breakfast, but I was like, no electronics breakfast, except for when I did the Wordle on my New York Times app. That I had to do. to buy stuff, but I returned these shorts because I'm trying this thing where I don't keep anything I'm unsure about, and I was unsure about these shorts, so I returned them, and I didn't even let myself look at anything else. So, okay, now let's go to Central Park, walk through it, and then head home. There has been snow on the ground consistently since like January in Central Park, and honestly, I'm not used to it. I feel like it's snowed so little in the past few years that when there is snow in the park, it only lasts for like a day or two. But it's been actually cold enough to have the snow not melt. Like, I think it's snowed the most this year than it's ever snowed in the last like 5 years. Pretty, but I'm also super scared of geese, so once it started swimming toward me, I was out of there. Guys, even after 4 years, I am still so bad at vlogging in public. Like, there's nothing more humbling than trying to take a thumbnail and people are like, what is that girl doing? Because I'm standing here in the park like, and this probably won't even be my thumbnail because I can't even really see what the shot looks like. We're just going for it. All right, that was actually like the longest stretch of time with nobody walking past me. Also, I'm filming on my little DJI camera that just looks like a stick. So people are probably like, actually no one probably cares. I gotta let that go. I gotta let it go. No one cares. I'm in a park. Found another empty spot, so one more for good measure. Okay. Cool. I like how this vlog is essentially just us on FaceTime with each other because I'm left with my own thoughts too much because I didn't even put my headphones in once this entire journey this morning. I don't know what this sign is for that says pets in the city, but I need to go to it. I need to go. Okay, I think I'm gonna head home now. I have a few things to do in my apartment this morning as well. But that was such a nice little walk through Central Park. It's honestly not as cold as it says it's gonna be outside today because it's so sunny, so. Okay, before I do anything else, I have an exciting announcement. My merch store is live. I've had a busy week. I feel like I am finally getting on top of launching like these additional projects besides YouTube that I have been really passionate about and have been really wanting to do for years. I don't know, something about this week just made me get them off the ground. Like 2 vlogs ago, I showed you guys some of the merch. I got the last item in. I want to talk about it for a second. And if you like what you see and you feel inclined to buy it, it's live right now. It ships globally. I'm using Fourth Wall. So I created 4 different items. The first one is this drink of choice cup. This is the most anticipated item, I think, because I've been talking about this cup forever. And I'm just so happy. If you remember in my last vlog, I kind of changed the design from the mock-up one that I made a few months ago where it had a cat on it. I decided to add a little mug instead to make it a little more universal. In case you don't like cats, here it is. I'll show it to you up close so you can see like the quality, what it looks like. I spent forever really trying to find a website that made high quality products that I liked, that I felt like were worth my while. And then next is this t-shirt. This is a size medium. I tried it on in a past vlog. I can throw a clip of that in here if you missed it. It definitely comes a little oversized and it's unisex. I drew this taxi myself and it has like, if you see the little top part, this is a AE. It's so, like you can't even tell. And then on the back are my initials, but very light. You know, like I said, I like merch that is very simple and you don't know it's actually merch. So no one ever has to know you watch my YouTube videos if you like this shirt and want to wear it. You know, I like that. So right now this is the only color it comes in. I believe it's sold in sizes small through 3X. I'm starting with just this launch of these 4 products, but I think over time I'll maybe add more, add new designs. But this is just our first drop, as they say, because any product that I put out, I don't want to release it until I buy it myself and I use it and I make sure I like it. Next is this little tote bag. It says my classic opening line, "It's so good to see you." I have New York, New York. I have established 2020 because that's when I started my channel. It's printed onto the canvas. You can see the canvas is a little textured. We all know I love a tote bag. And then lastly, the one that I was waiting to come in, I have a hat. But there's a bit of a backstory to this hat, and it's going to look a little different when you go to the merch shop if you are interested in it. Here's the hat. It's my favorite color green, this nice like mint pastel green, and it's embroidered. So it's the same design as the bag, but because it's stitched and embroidered, the New York and the 2020 are a little bigger than I initially intended them to be in the design, because just in the nature of embroidering, they can't embroider something too small. This is cute, but I do feel like it's a little bit crammed. So I decided to take off the New York from the front and just keep It's So Good to See You Established 2020. So that's what it'll be on the merch site. I also made a little mock-up picture, like I edited this, and that's what it'll look like. So I'll put a picture up here. I really, really like the quality of this hat. I think it looks great. Like, the hat itself, it adjusts in the back. Like, I love this hat. I think it's so fun. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts on this. If you really like the New York and you don't think it's too crammed, we could always have both options up, but I kind of feel like the consensus is gonna be there's a little too much going on. So anyways, it'll just say It's So Good to See You. So that is all my merch. It's live now through Fourth Wall. So if you end up buying anything, let me know. I know that we've been talking about this cup for a long time, so I really hope you guys like it. I've been a little stressed about launching it because I just want everything to be perfect. So thank you in advance to anyone who is purchasing any of these items. I'm obsessed with the color green. Can you tell? I had to put on a turtleneck. It is colder in my apartment than I was like outside, but I won't complain about the cold in this video. I do that too often. I'm just someone who runs extremely cold all the time, even though I'm also someone who is extremely sweaty all the time. It's tough because I could be freezing cold, but I'm still sweating through my shirt. It's a tough time out here. I am so happy the sun was out this morning because it was just so dark and gloomy all week. I was feeling very like sluggish. I was just kind of having a tough week this week. So I feel like this was the perfect thing to do. Get out, get moving. Because yeah, like I was saying outside, I feel like sometimes it's really easy for me to want to stay in my room. I like can't even figure myself out sometimes because I am someone who loves to go out. I love to spend time with friends. I'm a pretty social person, but I'm also very shy and reserved. It's very easy for me to convince myself to like stay home sometimes. Not necessarily like if my friends are all doing something, I will never miss anything. I have too much FOMO. I try to make an effort to show up to every single thing I'm invited to because I enjoy spending time with friends, and I feel like it's, I don't know, I'm in my 20s, like I should be having as many experiences as possible. But when it comes to me doing things by myself, like if I make a plan for myself to go do something, it's so easy for me to convince myself to stay home. Like sometimes it's even like a dance class. I want to go try a new dance class. I convince myself to stay home. Something like going out to breakfast and going to make a return and just like walking around the park. Sometimes it's really easy for me to convince myself not to do that. So I'm happy that I did that this morning, and I think that I want to have more mornings like that to myself, maybe even evenings, just like time for myself where I go and try new things. But now saying that, I'm home and now I'm going to work on some stuff on my computer. I have so many different projects I'm working on right now. It's so exciting. In the middle of last week, I launched my Substack. And that has been such an amazing outlet for me. If you aren't familiar with what a Substack is, it's a newsletter publication platform. It's kind of like a blog, but your posts get sent out via email. It's really cool. Like you can send out a weekly newsletter, you can have paid features, you can even do a podcast on there now. And so I've spent the last few weeks like really learning the ins and outs of Substack. I've always wanted to blog. If you've been watching, especially since 2022, if you remember, I had a giant blog phase where all I did was like obsess about this blog, try to start it, I bought a domain, but I never got it off the ground because there were so many technical aspects to it. And Substack is kind of exactly the platform I'm looking for because they kind of handle all of the technical aspects and I can just write. I love writing, and I feel like sometimes on this YouTube channel I have a lot of stories and things that I want to go more into detail in, but the flow of the video doesn't call for that. You know, sometimes I don't want to talk too much because a video is constantly moving, and so I've turned to Substack to write about things that have been on my mind, write essays, write about topics that I don't usually talk about much on my YouTube channel. I'm just really loving it. So I posted my first post a few days ago by the time you're watching this. So if you're interested, I have that link in my description if you want to. I'm gonna send out a free newsletter every single week, but then there's also a paywall. It's a really, really cool platform, and I'm excited to keep writing about stuff. I'm gonna write about like my opinions on things, but then also I think I'll share more about behind the scenes of being a YouTuber and a content creator and an actor, and go more into detail on things like brand deals and money, really anything. I feel very comfortable sharing with you guys on YouTube, but there's like a different level of when I can just write and it's just words on a page of like details I feel compelled to share. I don't know, YouTube and Substack are such different platforms. I feel like I get creatively inspired differently on each. So I've already written 4 newsletters. I can't wait for them to come out. So this isn't me plugging it, it's just me mentioning it in case you're interested. So we are now approaching the afternoon. It's no longer the morning. I guess we're timing out of that title. I asked the other day on my Instagram story, just like video suggestions, and a lot of them had to do with exploring the city, walking around town, just like taking you guys along with me as I go out and about, which I get. And like I said, that's what I want to do more of. So thank you for supporting me on all these various platforms and different things. I feel like there comes a time in every content creator's life where they need to not change what they're doing, but expand upon what they're doing. And for 2 years, I've had my YouTube channel. It's been consistent. I've posted my videos, but now I kind of want to grow into more and see like what this could become in the future. I just want to make more of a community and make you guys feel more involved with the channel, and we're all figuring it out together, and I feel really good about it. So I hope you have a good rest of your day. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for all your support. And if you haven't yet, please subscribe to my channel, give this video a thumbs up, and I will talk to you in the next video. Bye.